How's it going? I'm Jeff Orig and I'm a filmmaker, and today I'm going to watch BTS's Black Swan, the official music video, for the first time. And for those of you that have been watching the series, I'm just starting to learn and see and listen to BTS. So let's check this out. This is so well done. This is so well done. This is so well done. I can't. Oh wow. Okay. So for those of you that don't know, my wife is a dancer and choreographer, and she started in ballet, but then moved into modern, or some people call it contemporary. And so I've watched a lot of dance in my life, and I love where this is going and where it started. I kind of want to rewind and watch it again. Is that cool? Can I rewind and watch it again, or just keep going?
You can rewind.
I can rewind. Okay, I'm gonna rewind. I want to watch that beginning again. That is well done. Oh, I just noticed that. Did that say music and artist for healing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I saw that mentioned in the comments that like healing is part of the whole like BTS thing, but I didn't realize it's like built right into the name. But this right here, I just love this already. If you look at some of my other videos, I have a video called Upstream, and like I love this idea. I love this like pool of light in this sort of void of darkness. Yeah, so like that's very modern. I want my wife to watch this. This is really well done. This is really well done. Cool. I love that. I love that. This is such a simple effect. Like it's just, I mean, the way, actually I read in the comments that they never use green screen. So this is basically just through lighting, and then someone's off to the side here dancing. And, but it gives the impression that it's this person who's singing. It's like their shadow, that's so beautiful. Wait, can I rewind? I'm trying to see how they executed this. Incredibly well done. Just the lighting, the choreography. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, let's keep going. The wardrobe, again, the wardrobe, the lighting, and this is not like super complicated stuff, but it's just when it's well done, it looks so good. I love this. I love this. I mean, this is something that I personally like to even use in my own work, this kind of thing. Cool. this is all the dance. I mean, this is the band itself, right? These aren't like non. All of these people here are. It's the band, right? Yes. Oh my god! Like that's amazing. They're really good dancers. They're really good dancers. And, okay, so why I'm bringing this up is because like I think for a lot of other artists, it's like you'll have the artist and then surrounded by professional dancers, and that's like all they do. But the fact that they all sing and dance, it makes them. I really appreciate the effort that it takes and the skill and talent that's involved. I love this. I love this. Nice. Like, so there's no special effects? Like, this is all, like, the wings, when the wings come out, that's not a CGI?
The wings might be, but
okay.
Everything else is real.
That could be, like, if that's not CGI, if that's real, oh, that props person deserves some props. If that's real. Yeah, lots of modern. I'm a fan of modern. I'm a fan of modern. It's part of the reason why I fell in love with my wife. So this is good for me. Like I could definitely see people not being into this. Like if it's not their taste, but I personally like this. I mean, it's also just don't get me wrong. It's modern mixed with like hip hop and that kind of stuff. But there's definite modern influences in here. I love it. I love it. Here, yeah. See, I'm getting the chills. Good job, you guys. Yo, nice. This might be green screen.
What part?
This part, I mean, if I look at him,
That part is real.
is it real? It looks a little green screen just around, like the border around him. Real stuff sometimes will look green screened. Okay. But what about the shadow? Is the shadow CG
Do you
in
want
this
to see
case?
the behind?
Oh, I'll probably have to watch the behind the scenes. Oh, maybe they, if it's real, they definitely went in post and like enhanced that shadow. This is so good, guys. This is so good. Here, just my initial thoughts and reactions, just from me as filmmaker standpoint. It's so well done. It's simple. Like, it's just them performing in just a couple of spots, and it seems like it's all in the same location, like all at that particular theater. And, but just the lighting is just so well done, and the choreography is so well done. The cinematography and the editing and the direction, all well done. What could be specifics? Like here, if we were to watch it again. again, like this right here, I am just such a huge fan of this. And if you saw in a previous video, I talked about a performance where they started on black. And here again, it's just like such a clean, clear image. And the way they've set this up, you can only look at one thing. You can only look at, I don't know who this is yet, but you can only look at them standing in this pool of light in the middle of darkness. And like, for me, I just love this type of image. I'm a big fan of film noir. If you guys want to look into some amazing movies that touch out of your purview, or like what you may not have seen before, there's a great movie called Touch of Darkness by Orson Welles, considered one of the best film noir films ever. And film noir, if you guys don't know, is this period. It's mostly there's some mixed definitions, but in the purest form of the definition, it's this period of film way back in like the 1940s, where it would be filmed on black and white, and they didn't have a ton of budget, and what they would do is use whatever little budget they had and whatever few lights they could afford to create these really stark images. Little history lesson here. Film noir was inspired by German Expressionism, which was an artistic movement, both like painting and in film, where they created these very stark and contrasty images. But check out German Expressionism or film noir. To me, this is heavily influenced by film noir, which I personally love. And already, it's just like hooking the viewer in with this, right? Just this image. And then again, the music has this very, it's like a quieter opening, right? You want to, all right. So they're slowly dollying in with the camera. So what a dolly is they have the camera on some sort of wheels or something, and they're pushing it in. And it's just a small enough, subtle one where, like, if you're not paying attention, you may not notice that we're moving in closer and closer to whoever this is. And, you know, again, we're just like, it's another way that they're drawing you in, right? They're actually physically drawing you in with the camera. Awesome. I just love that. Part of what modern dance is it was a reaction to ballet. Ballet, for many different reasons, was bad for people's health. If you look at ballet now, like anorexia, bulimia, lots of eating disorders within the ballet world, and then sort of that pressure to look a certain way, and then like you had to move a certain way so precisely that it was really bad for people's health. Like when my wife was in the ballet, they worked so hard that they had calluses on their feet, and that it was common for them to, when they took a shower, that their feet would bleed in the shower. And when she realized, like when she noticed that, she was in the shower one day and she noticed that her feet were bleeding, she realized she has to get out of ballet, because it was, at the time she was anorexic, and it's just not good for you, right? That whole lifestyle. So then a whole modern movement arose where they were rebelling against ballet and those kinds of things, those rigid movements, the way they treated their health and all those kinds of things. And modern became an exploration of like how you can move the body and like different ways you can express through movement of the body. The beauty, in my opinion, of modern is that it can be simple movements, but when put together in a certain way, like you can express so much with it. This is just maybe like a little, like a lesson about art in itself. People that don't create art sometimes overthink art too much. Now, sometimes the artist does mean a lot of symbolism and a lot of meaning and stuff behind what they're doing with their art, whether it's through movement, wardrobe, lighting, etc., etc. But sometimes it's also just about creating a feeling or creating a sense. And the beauty of all this is that you can enjoy it on multiple levels. You can enjoy it on trying to find some sort of deeper meaning, or you don't have to. You can just enjoy it for what it is right then and there. So for me right now, I'm absolutely just enjoying it for what it is. And maybe in a minute I'll rewatch with the lyrics and see if I can dive into some deeper meaning. And then sometimes there's some happy accidents that happen too, where maybe the artist doesn't intentionally mean to have some sort of meaning on there, but maybe subconsciously they've created a meaning and they just didn't realize it. Oftentimes, an artist, including myself, will be focused on a type of work or a type of subject matter because certain things are happening in our lives, and we don't realize that, like, oh, at that particular time I was really sad and depressed, and so my work was really sad and depressing, or vice versa, or whatever it might be. So, okay, let's keep going. Part of the reason why I stopped it right there is just I love that cut between, and this person here just does the hands and they cut it right on. Oh, yeah. Awesome. Again, just so well done. So we're like pushing in with the camera. They have a light down the stairwell. First of all, just the way they lit the ceiling, right? It's beautiful. But there's a light down the stairwell, and then someone else is dancing, and so that we see their shadow. But like it gives the impression that like it's his shadow, right? I'm starting to learn who everybody is. This is RM, right? The creativity put into this is great. Simple but well executed. Nice. I love that edit. They just give us a moment of like darkness here in that silence with the song, and I just love that. It's just I'm smiling, shaking my head, because again, like these are all simple setups. Nothing super complicated or crazy about this, but it's just so wonderfully and beautifully done. That it's great. It's great. Nice. I didn't know this. Cool. Very cool. So here he's turning, but none of his reflections are turning as well in this particular shot. So there's a couple of ways you could execute that. So one way would be, and like the way that I'd probably do this, because like sort of the poor man's way of doing this, is you have the camera on a tripod, and then if you're familiar with like Photoshop at all, like you create a mask, and what that is like you shoot it twice. One time where he's just standing still looking at the image, so where all these mirrors are looking at how they want to do it. And then you shoot it again where he turns. And then what you do in the editing system is you just put the two images on top of each other, and then you cut a hole out in like the top one so that you can just see the bottom one, like just the part in the hole. It might be easier to actually show it later, like rather than with my hands. But that's how I would execute this, because again, that's sort of like the cheaper way to do it. You could do it with like green screen and CG and stuff, but that's just like way harder. For something like this, this is like, again, something that you could execute with like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere, something like that. Cool. Okay, so let's just break down this shot a little bit. So right now there's a camera person with a gimbal, like a motorized, the motorized thing to stabilize the camera. It's a very wide angle lens. Like, so the camera person's physically very close to them right now. And this is hard work. Like, not only is the band dancing, but this camera person, and then there's a support person next to the camera person, they're also in a way dancing with the band here. So what I mean by this is that as this person is dancing towards the camera's also moving with, right? And if you'll notice, the camera person's trying to time exactly when they go. So this has taken at least several takes for that camera person and the dancer to move in sync. So here, let's go. Especially like right there on that particular yeah, I think, right? Yeah, well, at the very least they're trying to like coordinate together. Yeah, because like even here, I'm sorry, keep going. Even on a shot like this, your camera operator has to move with the dancer or whoever's dancing at this particular point in time. And like, there's so much that goes into operating the camera, especially at this level. Like you have multiple people working the same camera. So like there might be one person just working on the focus, one person that's physically moving the camera, another person, and so on and so forth. There's a whole team around this camera operator. And like, just imagine like 2 or 3 people moving at the same time, like trying to like track him as he goes. I was smiling on this particular shot because there's so many mirrors, there's so much glass. Again, this is like the camera person involved in this not only has to focus on like, okay, I got to keep them center frame, but I also have to be aware of my reflection and so on and so forth. Sometimes what'll happen is like they might do a little bit of CG in post, and they might erase some of the camera reflection in here. So I could see that happening. It's like sometimes you just got to do a little bit of cleanup because it's like when you have that many mirrors in the background, it's really difficult for the camera person to avoid showing their reflection. Even the spotlight person in the back there, like I've tried to run spotlight before. I'm not a theater person at all, but I had to help one time. And it is, it's like, you don't, when it's done well, you don't notice it. When it's done poorly, you totally notice that's like spotlight is all over the place or whatever. So, again, here's some professional back here, like having to keep track and stay tight on whoever's dancing here. So. I love it. I love it. So like here, this moment here, kudos to the camera operator on this. Because like the director, the cinematographer, they're probably looking on a monitor. Like these days you can have like a wireless monitor set up. And then I personally love lens flares. Not everybody loves lens flare. Lens flare is when like the light's hitting the camera directly and you see these little speckles of light. I love that. And I personally also love what's about to happen here, where it gets like broken up a little bit by the silhouette of them here. Yeah, I personally love that. And yeah, it's fantastic. This is fantastic. Should I watch with the lyrics now?
Oh, you didn't even do that?
No.
A dancer dies twice. The first time is more painful.
A dancer dies. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. So okay. Taylor just told me the quote that this is based on. That a dancer dies twice, and the first is more painful. That's like heartbreaking, dude.
That's when they stop dancing.
Exactly. You don't have to tell me what it means. I've lived it. Like, so, oh my God. Okay, well, I'll tell you some more story. And the person that would probably maybe be better to tell this story, maybe not, is my wife. Because like I said, she's a dancer, choreographer. But there comes a time in your career where you can no longer do the things that you used to do. The beauty of modern, let me put it this way though too, is that the beauty of modern as a reaction to ballet, because ballet, their careers were so short-lived. You started as a child and then you maybe went into like 30, but by the time you reach into your 30s or beyond, your body can no longer do those things that like a 16-year-old kid could do, right? Modern, on the other hand, you have modern dancers dancing into their 70s and 80s, which is a beautiful thing. But there is a point in time where it happens, and I've seen it with my wife, and I've seen it with her peers, where you just reach a point where you stop dancing for one reason or another. And in the United States, in particular, support for the arts and especially support for dance is not that strong. So the ending of your dance career can happen because of financial reasons as well. You just can no longer afford to support yourself on like the very little money that a lot of these dancers get. So yeah, oh man, this hits harder even more. So okay, let's watch these lyrics here. Interesting. So then like the white, I get it. So like it's this like you start out pure white, people want you, you still have your career, and then by the end of it, you're this black swan that like still has it in them, wants to have it in them, but like nobody, like you're no longer wanted as a dancer kind of a thing. I mean, one way to look at it, right? Okay, let's keep going. Oh man, even more heartbreaking and even more personal to me. So, who is the modern dancer guy?
Jimin.
Was he the?
I think he's the first one shown.
Oh, like my personal connection to this, I completely understand. And then even from like the artist perspective, like, there's so many like not about all artists, but a lot of artists feel this way too. That like, will my art resonate with audiences? And then like, if you do get something that does start to resonate with an audience, you wonder or worry sometimes. It's like, will it continue to resonate? Will I be relevant? Will my work be relevant? And then, in particular, dancers, actors, when they are so reliant on like what their body can do and like the perception of what their body can do. It's not only what they know they can do, but it's also what other people believe and perceive about what they can do. It affects you, and like I completely understand this this fear and this idea of like, yeah, dancer dies two deaths, and that's heartbreaking. But yeah, oh my god, okay. So all right, BTS, all right, Army, you guys are sucking me in here. Couple of things. The work is so good. The everything, the music, the lyrics, the way it's shot, the dance, the choreography, the costumes, the makeup, the lighting, everything is just like on point. And then on top of that, to have Army be so supportive and so curious just to see like how I would go on my journey. And I have to say that Army is, I think, very much a part of my journey. So I thank you guys for being a part of it, because like the support makes it more fun to interact with you guys and like, just learn more in the comments and all that kind of stuff. So thank you. And thank you to Taylor, and thank you to Ashley, who initially piqued my curiosity about this whole movement. And so wait, is there a making of? Can I watch the making of or what?